Stay at home as long as you can. Go to therapy. Listen, really live in your 20s. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine, and today I want to discuss some of the things that I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. Let's talk about it, because stay at home as long as you can. Live at home. I know we're in such a rush to grow up and to be on our own and do our own thing and to be grown. Have y'all seen the price of rent these days? Have you seen how much it costs to just exist in this world? Stay at home for as long as you can. Save your money. And I don't mean don't go on trips, don't go experiencing things. Please do. You're in your 20s, come on. But save. And I feel like one of the best ways to save is if you don't have to pay for rent, or if you don't have to pay very much for rent. Stay with your mom, stay with your dad, stay with granny, stay with whoever that you can, and pay the least amount of rent that you can for a few years. If I could do it all over again and I had the opportunity to stay at home, I absolutely would have. And I probably would have tried to save $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to have in a savings account, because real life is real. Bills have to be paid and things are super expensive these days. So stay at home if you can, for as long as you can. It's not lame, it's not whack. And I know sometimes we just want to be able to invite whoever we want over, and it's not our space to necessarily do that. But in the long run, you have the rest of your life to pay bills, I promise you. Looking back, something else that even now I've had a hard time doing is just offering myself grace. We are not necessarily going to be where we thought we were going to be by the time you get to the end of your 20s or your early 30s. And that's just because life happens. We can't predict it all. We're not in control of it all. Give yourself some grace. And as you get older and as you evolve, some of the things that you thought you wanted or that you like, it changes, which means the outcome might change as well. So just offer yourself room to grow, offer yourself room to change and evolve into whoever you're supposed to be. And with that, things are going to look a little different, and that's okay. I know when we're younger, we think we're going to have this huge house, we're going to be married, we're going to have kids, we're going to have a dog, all by 24. And for some people that is their reality, and that's amazing. But for other people like myself, that's just not reality, and that's okay. You have to learn to just kind of roll with the punches, as my mom would say. You just kind of have to just let it be what it is. You don't have to have it all figured out. It's all going to come together. Just take your time, pace yourself. It's not a sprint, it is a marathon. Also, believe in yourself. Be your number one supporter. Believe in you more than you believe in anything, with the exception of God. He's always number one, always. But believe in yourself. Just know that you have what it takes to get where you want. You just have to put the work in, but you have to believe in yourself, because there are going to be times where other people just don't believe in you the way you need them to. And that's just human. That's just how we are as humans. You're going to sometimes have a vision or a desire that other people won't see, but you have to hold on to what God has told you, where your life is headed, where things are going, and who you are. And that's sometimes it's going to mean that other people won't see that until it becomes reality. But in the meantime, I need you to trust yourself. I need you to believe in yourself. Now, this one right here is for my girlies. Looking back, my 20s should have been more dedicated to me, to Jasmine, and not to a relationship. I think in our 20s, we want to be in love so bad. We want to be settling down. We want to find Mr. Right. Who doesn't desire love, right? And that's perfectly fine. But concentrate on you. This is the 20s, man. Let me tell you, 20s is the perfect time to figure out who you are, right? To figure out what you like, to figure out what you don't like, to just to be able to spend time with yourself and date yourself. And I'm not saying, if you found your person, then go all in, do you. But if you know it's something that's not working out, if you know it's something that's toxic, if you know it's something that you don't really see a future there, let it go. The sooner you let it go, I'm pretty sure the happier you'll be. I can almost guarantee you. And looking back, those are one of the things I wish. I knew certain things weren't what they were supposed to be, and if I had let those go a lot sooner, I could have evolved a little bit sooner as well into who I am, and realizing the things that I desire, and not all about someone else. Because honestly, I have the entire rest of my life to be with my person that I have now. That's my person, I know that for sure. But had I known in my 20s, I have the rest of my life to settle down, to live with someone, to make experiences, and to do all that. I have the rest of my life. There's no reason why there should be any type of pressure or force behind that. Just take your time. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be in a relationship in your 20s. If you have your person, go for it. But if you don't, just don't be pressed to. They're coming. It's gonna be okay. It's all gonna work out. Spend your 20s really learning you, really exploring the world. If you have the funds, like traveling, experiencing different things, making memories with your friends, with your family, really live in your 20s, but be smart. Be smart about it. And that kind of like rolls into my next little thing, is just live life. Like, have a grand time, but be smart and balance it out. I personally took things a little too far. I enjoyed myself a little too much, and now I feel like I'm constantly had to play catch up until I got to this point and where I am in life. And had I just structured my 20s a little bit better, had I been thinking more about the future, then I don't think it would have taken me so long to get to where I am right now. And I mean, it is what it is like now, but I just want to help someone else if I can. Girl, be about your business, be about your fun, just be able to balance both, you know? Like, think about the future, but also enjoy the moments, enjoy the right nows, make experiences, make memories. You're gonna love it when you can scroll in your phone and just be like, oh, I did this and so I did this, I traveled to this place, I ate this for the first time, I can't believe I did this. Those are gonna be the things you'll be able to tell your kids or your nieces and nephews. Now this one right here, this one, it took me into my 31. Oh, I am 31. I forget how old I am, but it took me until I was 30 or 31 to realize this. I'm gonna say 30. It took me until I was 30. Do not let that job destroy your mental. Do not let that job run you through the ground. Do not let that job destroy your life, and all for a $1 raise at the end of the year. Do not. It's not worth it. There are other jobs out there. There's other opportunities. Do not put your whole life into your job. Unless that's just what you want to do, like, you know for sure, like, oh, I want to be CEO, so I know I got to work my way up, or I want to be CFO or something, I'm going to work my way up. That's one thing. But if you know for sure, like, you just love the stability of having a 9-to-5, but you don't necessarily like appreciate some of the things that come with it, do not let those people run you crazy. It's not worth your mental. It's not worth your family. It's not worth any of that. It's all right. And learn to set boundaries with your managers, with their managers, and with your coworkers, and be okay with saying no and standing on that, especially if you know your job. Now, if you don't know your job and you just out here kind of wilding, you might need to have a seat, you know, and think about what you're about to say. But otherwise, girl, do not let corporate America run you crazy, because they will if they can. They really, really will take advantage. And I've allowed myself to get there before at different jobs. And now I understand specifically why, for me, like, I know the 9-to-5 life isn't for me, but for some people that is. And I understand like the stability that comes along with the 9-to-5, and I totally get it. If you're gonna do it, I just say, don't let them people run over you. It's not worth it. Go to therapy. Listen, even if you don't think that there is something that like you have trauma about, you don't think there's something you need to discuss, I'm pretty sure there's something that you do need to actually unpack in therapy. I went when I was in like my late 20s, and it helped me so much. I still honestly need to be going to therapy right now. Yeah, go to therapy. There's a reason why you do that one thing that like always ends up getting you in trouble or having like a negative repercussion or consequence, because you need to unpack something. Just go to therapy. Give it a try. Give it a go. You'll be able to talk about your feelings and not have a biased opinion on the other side of that delivery. Invest in it. If you can afford it, find you a therapist. That's really all. I mean, no, there's probably other things as well that I could offer as well, but I can't think of those things. But looking back in my 20s, there are a lot of different things that I really wish I had done differently. And if I can help someone else to make a little bit different of choices that could actually set them up for success, or help them from making some of the same mistakes that I did, then I'm all for it. But live your 20s. Enjoy your 20s. You're gonna probably miss your 20s. They were some of the best times, but I'm claiming that like my 30s are gonna be just as amazing, because why not? But that pretty much sums up this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.